All my life, I've been a nurse. I've done bedside nursing. Bedside nursing is when you work in the hospital, and then I've done nursing in the clinics. I've done nursing in the mobile clinics where you take a kumbi and you visit patients in different places, like their office where they work, or their houses, wherever they may be found. Yeah, so now I'm in my own private practice.
Yeah, just to be
Very important. How you choose to live your life regarding food, regarding sleep, regarding exercise, the kind of medicines that you take, the kind of advice that you receive from the University of the Street, it counts a lot. Because I've come to learn over the years, which sugary foods, fatty foods, alcoholic beverages, they are the ones that are the main culprits in the aging process. In nursing, compassion, it should be on top of the list.
So you can never be a nurse and lack compassion. If you lack it, just go.
I don't know what you're doing in the nursing field if you don't have compassion, because for a person who is sick, they are totally dependent on you, and they trust you.
And your attitude kill us sometimes.
They trust you with their lives. They depend on you.
Hello everybody, this is Mbulu Gang, your favorite content creator, and this is Motivation Con USA, your favorite podcast in the whole wide world. Yeah, thank you for being here. You are most welcome. If you're here for the first time, we love you. Like, thank you for being here. If you're returning, we also love you and we appreciate you being here. And if you haven't subscribed, guys, subscribe. And as I'm saying it now, please like the video. Remember? Like the video so that it gets suggested for other people to watch, because you know the content that I bring you guys, it's world class, it's very, very important. Okay guys, before we waste any time, let's appreciate this beautiful place that we are in. We are sponsored by Unit 2 in Bretton Woods. If you wanna come and unwind, especially if you're in Witbank, if you wanna come and unwind, come sit here, book yourself with your friends, with your family, and just come and relax. It's very, very affordable. Okay guys, you know me, okay? I'm here to inspire you, to motivate you. So today I'm with this wonderful woman that I've seen in a long time. I haven't seen her in a long time. How long?
Yeah.
It's more than. Do you know me when I was pregnant with my first child?
No.
2013. So it's been more than 10 years ago since we saw each other. So guys, welcome to my guest, who's gonna describe who he is or introduce herself, the correct word. Welcome, and please greet my viewers, and please shortly briefly describe yourself.
Thank you, Mbulu Gang, and welcome to the viewers of Motivation Corner SA. My name is Naledi. I reside here in Witbank, in Pine Ridge. I'm glad to be here. It's an honor that I get invited to Motivation Corner to share Ngozi with you. Yeah, I'm quite excited to be here.
Yeah.
It's been long, over 10 years, yes, and you're still looking good.
Thank you.
Looking good. I'm inspired.
Thank you. Yeah, so welcome, and thank you so much for honoring the invite, and thank you so much for being like, I think if there's one person who's visibly a #1 fan, it's her, because after every video she will say, "Oh, Bruggen, I love this video," and I don't take it lightly. I don't. Please know that, and I really, really appreciate it. You know, I've learned to look into the positive side of things. I'm not looking for people who don't watch my stuff. Yeah. I'm looking for people who watch my stuff and appreciate them. Those who don't, I don't even want to think about it. So if I see someone who, like, visibly and without any pride come and say, I love your work, I see the improvement and I'm happy. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming.
You're
So,
welcome.
yeah, so I said, please, who is Naledi?
Okay.
I know she's a mom,
Yeah.
she's a wife,
Yeah.
child of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it.
Naledi, it's a lady that initially was born and bred in Limpopo, in a small town called Jane Fast. I am Betty, and I'm married to a Swati,
Oh.
Mr. Nkosi. Yeah, we stay here in Wheatbank in Pine Ridge.
Yeah.
The first time I heard about Wheatbank was back in 2003, when I had to relocate because now I was engaged to Mr. Nkosi, and also come here for the kind of work that I do. I'm a registered nurse, currently practicing privately since 2009. So I'm a mother of 3. I've got 2 boys and 1 beautiful girl. I'm over 50 of age.
No.
Yes, I
No,
am.
you are cheating us.
No, I'm not.
You can't be 50 and look so young.
Oh, am I looking young?
You look 50 years young, like beautifully young.
Let's attribute that to God's grace. I believe so. And maybe to the genes in my family. And also to my kind of work that I do, because I'm very much cautious about health. Because I believe some of the things that make us age quicker, it's the way we take our health. Like, are we taking our health seriously or not seriously? So I'm one person who's very cautious about health.
So you like, you are mindful of what you eat.
True.
How you rest.
True.
Your walks, your exercise. Do you
Of
exercise?
Course. Yeah, I do.
You go to gym or you just exercise?
I walk.
You walk.
I walk.
So
every day I walk to the taxi.
So it does make a difference, né?
A lot.
Like someone like me, obviously, from my house to the garage, and then I'm sitting already. Then from the parking lot to the office, maybe you walk about 2 minutes. Then you are inside the office. You sit in the whole day. After work, you go. So there is a difference. Because I believe you drove before and now you are walking. Yeah. There is a difference.
Yeah, there is a lot of difference. Let's say the walking, it was by default, because I had to readjust my lifestyle regarding my finances. I had to downgrade my lifestyle. So I just had to get into the walking by default. It was not intentional. But before that, I used to be a person who does a lot of physical exercise by doing aerobics. I'm a fan of aerobics. At high school, I used to play tennis, and I used to do, when I talk about tennis, I'm talking about ground tennis. So I used to play ground tennis and aerobics as well. So that is part of my life. So growing up, I still do believe in exercise. So hence, when I walk towards the taxi, I don't complain because it's part of exercise. Yeah, it's part of exercise. You need to get your body physically active.
Because as a person who is into health, I hear they say, I don't, you correct me if I'm wrong. They say if you don't exercise, you don't whatever, you there are some of the body cells that are sleepy. They're not awakened. How true is that? And can you elaborate more? Because some people think you have to go to the gym now. So I understand. But you can walk. It's still gonna awaken all your blood cells or your body cells.
Very true. You must remember, when you exercise, there's movement of oxygenated blood that needs to go down to your lower limbs, to your upper limbs, to each and every part of your body that needs oxygen. So when you are seated and not doing it, like those guys that would like to sleep on the couch the whole day, you call them the couch potato.
Potatoes.
Your body is sleeping. That's true. So some part of the body don't receive the oxygenated blood as it is required. So when you exercise, you are doing yourself justice. You are doing yourself justice because a body is meant to work. It's meant to be engaged in
Active.
physical activity so that you can live like normal. You understand? So even the kind of food that we eat.
Yes, I wanted to ask in terms of food, what is really killing us most of the time and aging us really quickly? Because, sorry, I hear people say, but actually, if you can look at the 2000s, number 2000, compared to the 80s, 70s, I'm an 80s baby. But when I'm with my sister, she was born in 2002, but we look like we are the same. So what is the difference in terms of the food that we eat? As we were mentioning, that the food we eat also contribute to our aging and our health.
Looking, lifestyle is very important. How you choose to live your life regarding food, regarding sleep, regarding exercise, the kind of medicines that you take, the kind of advice that you receive from the University of the Street, it counts a lot. Because I've come to learn over the years, which sugary foods, fatty foods, alcoholic beverages, they are the ones that are the main culprits in the aging process.
I was so okay. I'm just
If you, for instance, consume a lot of sugar, sugar has got a tendency to even breed microbes in your body, so that it attracts a lot of negative things in your body. So you find that when people consume a lot of sugar and they don't balance that with water, you end up getting sick of chronic illnesses. Eventually, you might even have something like diabetes mellitus, the sugar disease, because you are consuming a lot of sugar and it becomes overloaded in your blood system that your insulin is not able to carry towards it becomes tired. I will try and use simple terms.
Yeah.
Because when you eat, whatever you eat, it needs to be digested equally and distributed equally sufficiently to the body parts that needs it. But if you overdose, if you take something in excess, it becomes toxic to the blood cells, to the body tissues. So that's why when you exercise, you are able to burn some of the calories and the sugar, and then it's distributed efficiently to your body parts. But you eat a lot, you drink a lot of that, and then you then exercise, then there's imbalance. Somebody once said the energy that you take in, it should be equivalent to the energy that you take out. I think I heard that by one of it was a physiotherapist. Yes.
So in simple terms, you're saying you, in as much as I don't take sugar, I don't have to exercise too much because I'm now deficiting the body. What are you saying?
I'm saying, when I'm saying you must strike a balance in what you do, in what you in consumption of the food. Don't overdo the fats. Don't overdo the sugar. Don't overdo the alcohol. Just take everything in a balanced way. That's why we insist on balanced diet. And the other thing that I learned that worked for me personally, it's when I practice the blood group diet. Do you know
works.
what your blood
Yes,
group is?
I know my blood type group
great.
is O positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if we say as or what. We are carnivores. We need meat because we are very acidic, so we should eat like a lot of meat. And also for me, eating meat comes natural. I love meat. something that my body needs. I can't go longer without meat. And there are people who will be like, I want to go into fruit and veg, that's it. I want to stay away from meat. So it's not advisable for some blood types.
Like in my case, I'm a blood type B positive, and I'm allowed to eat, like for instance, red meat moderately. I can't do it like everyday thing. And if I eat lots and lots of chicken, that's the one that makes me fat. And guess what? I love my chicken wings. I love my chicken wings. So that pushes me to say I must exercise whether I like it or not. Because there is what we call visceral fat, that the fat around the waist.
This one, fuba.
Yeah. The visceral fat, it's very dangerous. If you do not exercise over time, your body will fall into what we call metabolic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol. Yes. So that's where the fat accumulates. So it is very important to be highly conscious of our health, highly conscious of what we eat. What we eat in excess eventually becomes toxic.
Even fruits?
No, fruits are natural. Fruits are organic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So hence we say we insist on eating vegetables, fruits. I'm talking about more food that are processed food. Yes, I'm talking about processed foods. Your slab chips, your Russians, that junk food, and it's very nice. Believe me, junk food is very nice. And once you get that craving of junk food, once you say, I want slab chips and Russian.
Yeah, the craving.
If you'd never satisfy that craving, your day is messed up. Your day is messed up. It's not like I don't crave those things sometimes. It's just that my mental status, I keep my mental status alert.
Yeah.
To say, if I take a 5-day fasting of some sort, then I know cautiously I don't have to eat this and that and that. Just like when I say, I'm craving this and I'm over the fasting period, then I go for it. But it shouldn't be in excess.
Yes.
The quantity counts a lot.
So we will, the health and the weight, and for us women, it's a very delicate topic. So, but I don't want us to waste time on that one. If you guys want more on that, want her to come and explain more, I'm sure she's more than willing to come.
Yeah.
Because this is home, man. So we establishing now that you've mentioned that you are a registered professional nurse.
Yes.
And how did you come about that career? How did you choose it? Were you inspired by someone, or it was just something let me fall on this one, man?
For me, nursing, I can say I still believe it's a calling, because from the age when I was still in primary school, we used to have nurses visiting our schools for vaccination. They would be dressed in white and those shoes and epaulets, and I just fell in love. The minute I saw them, I just fell in love. I was like, they look like angels to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be like these people. And ever since, that desire, when I was still in primary, I think I was in grade, what do you call standard 2, guys?
Grade 4.
Grade 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was still in grade 4. That's when I first fell in love with the nursing profession. And ever since, I tried after matric. I registered at University of the North, or is it Limpopo University?
UL now.
Yes, University of Limpopo. I registered optometry because the space in nursing department was full. Then I said, because now I'm already registered, let me try and do something. Then I tried to study the eye.
It's not.
It wasn't giving for me. It wasn't working. I studied optometry for 2 years and I felt like, no, this is not me. No, this is
I
not
don't
me.
have
I
the
want to
patience
be
for
a nurse.
Mafaron.
I want to be a nurse. I want to be a nurse. So all my life I've been a nurse. I've done bedside nursing. Bedside nursing is when you work in the hospital, and then I've done nursing in the clinics. I've done nursing in the mobile clinics where you take a kumbi and you visit patients in different places, like their office where they work, or their houses, wherever they may be found. Yeah, so now I'm in my own private practice.
Yeah, just to be a little bit controversial, your colleagues are not known to be great people, hey? Nurses, what is happening? Maybe from your own understanding, why are you guys portrayed as these unfriendly people also? Why? Are you overweight, guys, or is not as patients?
Like I said, nursing is a calling, and I wouldn't say all nurses.
Yeah, no.
It's a general statement to say all nurses are not good. I don't believe that.
No, that's not true.
That
No.
I reject.
Everybody, there are those who are
Yes.
hardcore, there are those, the same as teachers and whatever profession.
Yeah, I believe it goes with an individual, how you perceive yourself as a nurse. If you take your profession as a calling, or you take your profession as a source of an income, and that's it.
Oh.
Because in nursing, compassion, it should be on top of the list.
So you can never be a nurse and lack compassion. If you lack it, just go.
I don't know what you're doing in the nursing field if you don't have compassion. Because for a person who is sick, they are totally dependent on you. And they trust you.
And your attitude kill us sometimes.
They trust you with their lives. They depend on you. So in nursing, it's, as much as it's controversial, it's a very challenging field. Because you have to deal with a sick patient. You also have to deal with those doctors that are very much not kind sometimes.
I mean, yeah, that also I've heard that the relationship between nurses and doctors, sometimes it's skewed. It's not nice.
So if you are a person who is not strong, and you don't know where you stand, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. And then you can take it out on the patients. But nursing on its own is a beautiful profession. It's a beautiful profession, and I still uphold and believe in nursing for the rest of my life. Because other than being a source of income, nursing is a vast field. It has got different fields. You can even do forensic nursing. You can do, there's a lot. You can do pathology. You can do dermatology. These days, there's aesthetics. You can be an aesthetic nurse.
Yeah, no.
Which is, it has got
it's broad also.
Yeah, it's broad, and
there's vitamins,
there's money
what?
there.
Yeah.
You know, there's you can do a lot in nursing. Nursing is interesting. You just have to research and find what your passion is in the vast field of nursing. Like myself, I'm a pediatric nurse. I love pediatrics, and I love working with
babies.
Yes, with children, and I like working with the skin. I love the glow. People are talking about glow.
So once you see a person, you're like, I can help them.
Yeah.
Their skin needs something, but
Yeah.
let's help.
Because your face is your confidence. Yeah.
Wow. So as you were mentioning that you were telling me that you were a bedside nurse and then what has changed now? Because now you're no longer a bedside nurse, ne?
Yeah. Sometimes I am, when they ask me to come and assist in wards that they are overloaded and nurses are short, I still go. But it's no longer that most often like I used to before. I'm no longer full-time there. I'm full-time in my practice as a private nurse. Yes.
Let's talk about it. How do you start? Before that, what made you want to start your own practice?
I'm a person who's very much inquisitive. I'm inquisitive, and I get bored doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, ne?
Like it's a
routine.
it's a routine.
When
yeah.
were you born? When were you born?
1973.
No, like month.
September.
Oh, okay. I thought you were a June baby because I'm a Gemini, so they say part of our personal traits is we get bored easily. We want spontaneous.
Okay, spontaneity.
Yeah, we want to try new things all the time. Like you wanna, because doing one thing all the time is boring.
I think it's the same for September babies as well.
Meh.
Because doing a routine thing, it's not challenging for me. I love challenge. I love adventure. I love trying new things.
Yeah.
So when I came across the opportunity of being a private nurse and being independent, working on your own, I was like, okay. I've always thought it's only doctors that can do it. I'm like, no, let me try this and see. And then back in 15 years ago, then I registered the practice. I said, okay, let me try this. While I was still working for the boss, of course. Then on weekends, I would go and test the waters. Say, is this working? And then I found this concept. It's a beautiful concept. And it works. Yeah, it works being a private nurse. And lately, this is 2024, we've got people who wants to be nursed in their homes. Yeah, home nursing.
Oh, you do house calls?
Yes, you do house calls.
Oh, I can call you. Hey, I'm not feeling well.
Of course, yes. Yes.
This is indeed the fourth industrial revolution. Like evolution or revolution, whatever the word it is. We are now in a...
Yes, yeah, and it's the digital age where people do even telemedicine, where they'll, like I've got clients in Centurion as I speak. I've got clients in Paula. I've got clients in Middleburg where they'll say, I can't come over. Can we do the consultation over the phone? We can do video calling if I have to see what is the problem with you. And then you can do the prescription over the phone. We can scan and email it to you. Yeah.
Things are not so traditional anymore.
No, we must move with the times. We must be relevant.
Plus, it works for people like us who want to do new things all the time. So we are, I believe you receive it well. You receive change well because you're like, oh, anyway, that one was boring anyway.
Yeah. So that's how I navigated out of the hospital because I love trying new things. Even now at my age, I still want to try new things.
Because they say learning, you don't age. Like
it never stops.
Yeah, and how to follow, but to follow.
Yeah.
So learning. Yeah. So how is it now? When did you fully say I'm taking over now? This is what I'm focusing on, and how has it been?
Okay, I can say I worked for the government before, and then I worked for the local municipality. Then I started the practice while I was still working for the local municipality, where I would work in the practice during the weekends. And then I resigned from the local municipality clinics. Then I worked for a private hospital here in Witbank, or actually two private hospitals here in Witbank. I gathered experience and knowledge because remember I was from the public, so I needed to know what is happening in the private that is different from the public, and I found a lot. Yes,
I've never been to. Okay, I've been to a public, but those days when I was still a student. Yes. Now I don't know services in public hospital. How is the difference?
The difference mostly is how. Okay. Is how we approach the nursing care, and the medical care, and perhaps the kind of equipment and medicines that we use in the public versus the ones that we use in the private. So I needed to gain both worlds of knowledge so that when I'm on my own, I know how do I navigate.
How do you assist the private hospital patients? You don't have that, or everybody is the same.
No, when you come to my practice, I treat everybody the same because you're both paying. Yeah.
You take medical aid.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, but tell us, man, the simple practical differences at public and private. What is the difference? And also, maybe let me ask you this question. When you are sick, where do you go?
Myself. Oh, so far, have I ever been sick?
No, but
apart from being pregnant and delivering babies.
Yeah,
okay.
When you're pregnant, where do you?
Some of my babies are delivered in the public, and the others are delivered in private hospital.
Yeah, so here's the person who's newly pregnant. You know both worlds now. Where are you referring them to?
I refer them to where they can afford. Yeah, it's a matter of affordability, where they can afford. I still trust the public sector to do their duty well. I trust even the private sector to do their duty well. Remember, I worked in both settings.
Okay, no, I get you. It's we shall leave it there. We shall be diplomatic about it. Okay, it's fine. It's just to pick your mind and also my curiosity. The NHI bill that was signed, what does that mean for you, for all of us?
The NHI bill, very much controversial.
It's also controversial.
Yeah, it's very controversial. It's still in initial implementation phases, I believe. But what it means, it just means people will have equal access to both public and private health facilities. The NHI will be the one that will be funding everything. So you walk into a facility, whether public or private, and then
we're going to save on medical aid.
Yes, so you go there. So whoever remains on medical aid, they remain on medical aid by choice.
It's not like you're gonna get preference. How fitness.
That's how. That's why I'm saying I'm yet to see, because it's still in talks. There's discussions around that.
Yeah.
So we still have to see how possible is that, because.
But do you think it's a beautiful concept? I think it's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, it is.
Because now
to benefit everyone, it is.
I think other countries like America, they use the same thing.
America,
so
Britain, yes.
Britain, yeah.
And then I'm a bit worried about the state of our public hospitals, if it will match the state of the private hospital. I'm talking about the ones in South Africa, the ones that I know. Yeah. I'm a bit concerned. But I believe the government is working towards that goal.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of government having to bring the public hospital to the same standard as the private, especially then facility-wise, infrastructure-wise. If that is fine, then I don't think there is a problem. As long as the administration also is.
And the workforce, because now the amount of patients that comes to the public hospitals as compared to the amount of patients that go to private, it's not the same. Public hospital, remember, it's free. Everybody flocks there, and the staff on duty should be equivalent. Yeah, for us to offer like proper care, because treating a patient is not like superficial thing, periphery, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, you're gone. You must give a patient your full attention, and you're not only giving the physical aspect, you also give the emotional aspect care. You understand? Yeah. So one patient, you don't 10 minutes, then you're done. No, you have to give them maximum attention. So the staff in the public hospitals,
I think it's overworked.
Yeah, they are overworked. They are overworked.
No, I'm saying this because my cousin is a doctor and she always complains that she doesn't even have leave days. She can ask for leave for so like it will be approved
True.
way they are really they
Overworked.
understaffed.
Understaffed, overworked.
Yeah.
When I was working in the public clinic back then, I would see over 50 patients per day. Yeah. Over 50, going to 60, 70.
Naturally, that's not supposed to be because yourself, now you can't.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if you're not strong, you can't survive in that field. You need to be strong because you have to think for the patient. You have to think for the patient.
Okay.
And you have to be like a fast thinker. And you have to operate like on your toes. You can't work in the nursing industry if you like sitting down. No, you can't survive. You have to run. If there's an emergency, you have to run. You have to think fast. You can't lose a patient. No, you can't.
I know. In as much as it's painful, it is also painful to you.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. There was.
Do you guys get counseling though? Because it's a lot. Hey, I know. I've read there are a lot of doctors now who are like unaliving themselves, and I guess it's that.
It's too much
pressure.
It's too much.
But do you guys believe in counseling, in therapy?
We do.
Do you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have. If you are working under this employer that is fair, they must have a division of EAP. Yeah. You know, there must be the employees assistant program whereby the psychologist there, people whom you can go and vent and cry. You know, there was a time when I was working in Hospital A, private hospital, where the patient died in our arms. Like, we tried everything. Well, of course, it was something very traumatic and it was painful. And I cried the whole day. And they had to call in a pastor just to come and do some sort of bereavement counseling of, debriefing, because it was painful. And the following day, I'm expected to come back to work. And there was a time, I had to step in where a doctor lost a patient on operating theater while the patient was going to deliver, and the doctor cried. I found the doctor sitting on the floor, crying like there was no hope. Like, they had to call me in to come and try and talk to the doctor to calm him down. So it's a very challenging industry. It's painful.
I can imagine. I now understand my cousin. She was like, it's very hard, and now she's practicing. She's exercising. She's like, we need to fight this mentally and physically, like exercise.
Yes, true.
Because you guys have access to the drugs, some of these drugs, it's easy to be addicted to
be
them.
Tempted,
Yeah.
So, exercise, physical activity, it's a
guys,
must.
as patients, when we go to the public health facility, or any health facility, let us be also cooperative. These people are dealing with a lot, man. And also let's take care of ourselves so that they don't have to. When our lives depend on them, let us take initiative. But obviously, death is part of life. We cannot run away from. But let us do our part, man, as patients. Okay, we can talk more and more about it. But it's so, I'm now feeling for doctors, man.
Yeah, you
at
should,
hospitals
guys.
and all that.
You should feel for nurses, you should feel for doctors, you should feel for lab technicians, you should feel for the pharmacists. All of us, we are having it heavy. You should have seen at the time of COVID.
The devastation that you guys have to face, this dangerous thing that you all don't know about. And
remember, we don't go to work wishing someone to die. No. We always have this positive outcome to say when a patient it's healed or they've overcome a certain disease, it gives us
when they're going
satisfaction.
now home,
Yeah,
they're
it's a
fine.
good feeling about ourselves. We're not bad. We're not bad, guys.
No, you're not.
We love you guys. We love you. We
Yeah.
want you to live a healthy life.
Yeah. And also, my cousin always says, you cannot be a health professional without believing in God.
True. Very, very
How
true.
does it work?
Look, you have to pray. You have to believe in God because life doesn't come from you. I love another doctor, he's a pediatrician. He says, he's got a slogan that says, we treat, only God heals. See, now we've got the knowledge to treat, but God heals. So if you're not a prayerful person and then don't believe in God, because that life that you are handling is from God, it's not from you. So we are not gods. We are there to treat patients. So I believe in a healthcare professional that prays. You pray before you leave. You pray while you are driving to work. You ask God to give you the courage, to give you the wisdom to work with your patients. Yeah.
Okay, so we're still talking about you starting your own practice. Let's talk to at the financial part of it, or also maybe what is required for one as a nurse. Maybe there are other nurses they don't know, and they are now feeling like we are tired of the bedside part.
Bedside nursing,
Yeah. So, what is it required, as in like on a professional side, before we come to the finance part? Just
Yeah. The question is, if you want to leave your bedside nursing and go and start your own practice, first and foremost, are you a business person? Are you a business person?
Are you
Are
business minded?
are you business minded? Are you business savvy? Are you financially savvy?
Yo.
That's the first question that comes to mind. Yes, you are a nurse. Yes, you've got the skill. Yes, you've got the experience. But are you independent? Can you think on your own without depending on another person? Are you creative? Yes, creativity. Have you done your research, your market research? Which gap do you want to fill? Yeah. You need to, all those questions, you need to answer them before you can say, Nkashi ngiyahamba.
Yeah.
You understand? Are you like, have you built enough capital? Have you built it? Because you can't take your blood pressure machine from your boss. No, you have to go buy yours. Do you know the suppliers where you should get your
Legit.
equipment, your legit suppliers? Are you well conversant? Are you able to communicate? Networks. Are you able to communicate? Did you write down your retainer strategy? How are you going to retain your clients? Are you going to see a client for the first time and then they're gone forever? Those kind of things. There's a lot that you need to work and research and have a serious conversation with yourself on 5 years from now, where would I be?
Yo.
Look at me. I've been running the practice for 15 years now. It's only now that the practice is starting to make financial sense.
All along you notice and passion.
It's passion.
Were you not tempted
and
to
resilience.
go back? To go like hey,
At one stage, I was tempted to go back,
close shops and be like, wait again, it's not happening.
Not necessarily close shop, but just to go and so I can augment financially. That is why I say there's a lot to learn. It's a learning curve. But do you have the resilient spirit as well? Yeah.
But also, I love your personality, that you are aware of what is happening. If you at some point you feel like it's not giving, let me take my pride and go back to the employer and be like, can't you give me something? I'm here to, because some people pride can make you to continue. You might even go apply for loans instead of like, let me just go and work there, then we get more and more into debt.
That was not the direction that I was going to take.
Yeah, so
Because,
that's what I'm applauding you for.
I'm afraid of banks, guys.
Why?
I'd rather go and clean your house so you pay me so I can buy that BP machine that I need in the clinic.
What has bank done to you?
Let's go there. No. I don't want financial bondage. I'm afraid of financial bondage. And even on a more Christian perspective, the Bible says pride comes before a fall.
Yeah.
So if you are prideful and you say you can't go back and ask the employer to give you a piece job so you can get the money, so you can buy your equipment, and you say you'd rather go to the loan, that's a trap. It's a financial trap. I'm afraid of financial traps, especially when I'm self-employed and 1 month I have to pay the rent out of my pocket. No. As a business person, you always have goals that you set for yourself. In this time, I should be here with my practice. I'm one person who believes one day my practice must have its own facility that we have bought, not rented. Because this renting, there's a lot of money that we lose. Yes.
Or into rental money anytime they want, and you are at their mercy.
Yeah.
So you were telling me that you need to have resilience and all that. How did you practice it? Because you're saying it took you 15 years. Because me now I feel like, even 5 years. You know how long is a year? Naledi, you know. So now 15 years, you have to believe in the process. You know, people believe in the process. I think me now with my podcast now, I'm believing the process, but because I have a job, you understand? I'm not so desperate.
Yeah.
I want it to work. Can I get the viewers? Can it be monetized?
Yeah.
It's simple. So when you have left everything, how did you manage that whole thing? The breaking, the thoughts that I'm sure people are laughing at me now, and how do you do like all those things, Jay?
Look, like I said earlier on, you need to have a conversation with yourself. And you've got a personality as a person. You've got attitudes, you've got attributes, you've got all those kind of things. Know this person. You know, self-discovery is very important. You need to know who you are, what you want. And among other things, what worked for me is learning to be grateful for what I have. And not compare myself with other people, and not allow the outside world to give me pressure, because the outside world will be 15 years and you are still using a taxi. You should be driving an X5. You should be driving my dream car is a Porsche. So I want a Porsche. So if I were to compare myself with others, I will not know where I stand. Then I will be swimming in a pool of confusion. I need to rearrange my thoughts, gather my thoughts, be myself, and be authentic. Be true to myself and know what I can only go up until this far. I can afford this, I can't afford that. I believe in loan, I don't believe in loan. I believe in raising funds. I play stokvels. I'm a mother, remember. I'm still a mother. I play stokvels with other mothers financially.
And it comes in handy.
Yes, when the money comes in, I go and buy my stock. If I can survive on that, then I have to go back to the boss and ask, can I have a part-time job, please?
One of my guests once mentioned that we black people, we like to make stokvels for Christmas stuff. She was like, stop doing that. So I'm impressed to hear that when now with your stokvel money, it's mainly to finance your business or to improve your life.
Yes.
Not the food, mayonnaise I can.
No, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. No, I don't do
that.
I don't do that.
So, any financial lessons that you want to impart to someone who is in business, starting in business, and there's, as you say, there are times where money will come, or you are doing well. How do you tame the desire to now show off? No, I've I've arrived, guys. Here's my Porsche now.
Yeah.
How-
Guys, the relationship we have with money is very important. How you view money is very important. The circle of friends you keep when it comes to spending your money, it's very important.
I told you guys.
Mina, I don't live to impress. No, I don't live to impress. I don't owe anybody anything. I have a legacy that I need to leave. So I'm looking, that's my goal. The legacy that I leave when I leave this earth. What is it? I'm not brand minded. My brand minded to say I need to buy this brand so people can see that I've got brand. I don't believe in those things.
Yeah.
I believe maybe in a beautiful house, but brands, no. I don't even know those people where they come from. I want to build a name for myself so that people will say she lived and she left a legacy. That's my main obsession, to leave a legacy. So when it comes to spending money, I'm very much cautious. For every cent counts for me. I count to the very last cent. In my household, they know we don't just spend money anyhow. No, you need to account for every cent that you spend. Where did the 50 cent go? Where did the 150 go? Did you have to? Do you have to? And this thing of debts, I hate debts. I hate, because they are a financial bondage and a financial trap
Block.
that somebody else there it's feeding off. It's surviving on you. You know you're earning 15,000, but you want to buy a car that will be taking 10,000 from you every month. What are you saying?
What are you doing?
What are you saying about your financial knowledge?
I was tired.
Then no, guys, I'm not that kind of person. Rather walk. I'll catch a Uber or a Bolt, and I'm still fine.
Yeah.
I'm still fine. I'm still fine until when I reach my goal.
Yeah. Yo, we can. Yo, are you gonna come back, man?
I'm gonna come back now.
You're coming back. No, man, we're going to tackle other things. There's so much. I'm enjoying this conversation, but time is not on our side. Is there anything that you would like to share? I might have forgotten to ask, or something that is, when I invited you, obviously there is something that is burning in your heart. Like, if only, even if I didn't say anything, as long as I can share this.
Okay.
I'll be happy. Is there anything that you want to share?
In conclusion, I would like to say all the nurses that feel they have reached limits or ceiling and they've got a burnout, I say to them, do not give up. There's still another opportunity in the private nursing sector. They can come to me. We can have a session over coffee, talk about it, how, if they've got passion in what I'm doing. And then I want to advise Uti, there is nothing that we can do except we do it through God.
Yeah.
We must believe. Whatever project, whoever the business person is, even if it's not in the nursing industry, you still want to pursue business. If you don't have God on your side, you have nothing. And I want to advise people also not to start business when you don't have capital. Build your capital. Gather information in that field before you embark on business. Because this thing of people starting business and then 3 years down the line, the business is dead. Guys.
In one of my videos, I did mention that if you want to start something, you need money.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you cannot say. Even people might say, just a podcast. I'm paying for the services that Temba is offering to me. You understand? I also need to look beautiful. Obviously, it's money, but not excessive money, because I just go to Mr. Price or legit buy something nice to look good. But also, it's not a pressure. You can just rearrange your clothes. But there is money that is needed, and that is yours. So build. And everything that you want to achieve, it needs money.
Yeah.
So do the right thing and save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last statement I wanted to say, do not limit yourself. There's multiple streams of income. Believe in multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
If you're a nurse, don't say I'm just gonna focus on nursing only. Explore your options. There's lots of multiple streams of income out there. All you have to do is to take yourself out and meet people, do social networks so you can learn. I know there's people that don't believe in social media to say, hi, social media is for people so and so. Mina, some of the knowledge that I get from social media. I get from I've worked in an industry where I was doing I was in a field of insurance, but doing phlebotomy. It's part of nursing. And I found the job from Facebook. And it was an income for me. Yes.
Wow.
Being a private nurse is very interesting because you get to explore, you get to meet people. And nurses, please take yourselves out, spend your money on taking good care of yourself, massage. You work very hard.
Pamper yourself.
Pamper yourself. Go to a spa. Take yourself on a holiday. We work very hard.
I nearly mentioned something. That's why I'm laughing.
And I love you, nurses.
You know why I'm laughing? Every time they make an example, they'll say a nurse will buy a car and give it to their boyfriend, and the boyfriend will drop them and then go cheat on them and scam them their money. So, you know, you guys are really portrayed as these. But it's just, you know, social media, man. It's not the truth of what is happening.
It's not always true. It depends on an individual.
Yeah, no, it's not. So, guys, Sister Naledi, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like, I learned a lot. I'm hoping someone has listened to the conversation that we had because it's very eye-opening. And I hope all the the health people will take time and listen to this. It was very informative for me, and I learned a lot. And I appreciate this conversation so much. It's gonna go down to one of my best conversations. This one, yeah. So thank you so much for coming, and guys, please subscribe. As you subscribe, please comment. This has been a great conversation. Do the right thing, guys. From me and Naledi and Bethany Media, we say bye.
Bye. Thank